We're joined post-game here by head coach Tony Dominguez, junior guard Kai Johnson, redshirt freshman guard Grante-Haliday. Coach, big time 92-83 win. The Vikings looked kind of had their mojo back. It was a day where didn't know if we would play with the weather, but you guys gave an A-plus effort tonight. You got to be happy with a win over UAA.
Yeah, I think in your question you kind of answered or said a lot of things there, but I agree. Yeah, kind of wild how the winter storm, we got a mild winter and then all of a sudden, boom, it hit and you just didn't know. And I credit Jim and Steve Brummel on working hard. We're just trying to figure things out, and so obviously we're glad we played. Anchorage is very, very good, and I thought that we had our minds focused tonight. I think we had a 2 or 3 minute start of the game, kind of a snow day type look in our eyes, and then we got out of that and, got really settled in.
Kai, another big time effort, 29 points, 9 for 15 shooting. Felt like you guys were just kind of back to yourself in the way that you were playing in December and November, but what's the difference when the Vikings are clicking, not only the point scoring, but you guys seem to have a pretty good flow on defense as well?
Yeah, like you said, it was definitely defense. We love to get out and run, and we were doing that early in the season, and then teams kind of tried to start slowing us down in transition. And it was just noticing that, hey, if we can get stops on defense and we can get boards or steals, that's what leads to our transition. So if we focus on that, the transition will come naturally because that's what we like to do. So, that was our focus coming in today.
Louis, you worked your way in here in the interview room by not missing a shot tonight. 4 for 4 from the field, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Some big time minutes on the floor. Talk about the ability to contribute in a game like this and also just being perfect from the floor.
Yeah, I think it just being staying ready. PJ went down pretty early and I knew more minutes were going to be there today. I just been locking in practice, trusting my teammates and trusting the work I put in off the court.
Awesome. Cascadia Daily News is nice enough to join us tonight if you want to open up for any questions.
Do you guys have any focus going into the game, anything that you're worried about from the other team?
They are very methodical on offense, and they move the ball well, and they shoot the ball well. So it can create quite an effort on defense if you're not paying attention. And so we wanted to key in on that and make sure that we knew their patterns, and we had some key ideas and schemes that we wanted to run against that. And again, once we settled in, it seemed like we did pretty well tonight.
Awesome. And then how important it is for you as a coach and then as players to be able to have other teammates and players that will sacrifice their bodies and take charges and grab loose balls and do the dirty work of the team?
I'll let them answer as well, but we practice hard. We started out really well in our season, and I think we hit a little bit of a skid last week, Saturday to Saturday, and in that, we had won most of if you look at the overall minutes, we had performed very, very well. It just, at the end, we weren't able to, put it together. And so we had talked about the little details and diving on balls and being, doing the extra things. And even though it's the end of the game, Kai jumping after that ball and not letting him just roll it out was just attention to detail. So I thought they did a great job with that.
Yeah, like Coach said, the details. I tell guys all the time, getting one rebound, getting one loose ball, taking one charge. When it gets down to the end of the game, and it's a close game, if you have a bunch of those throughout the game, you could have won the game through doing the little things, getting the 50-50 balls, boxing out. So the attention to detail matters throughout the whole game, not just at the end of the game. So we try to make sure we're on top of that throughout.
Coach, how did you keep your team focused? Like you said, it was a snow day yesterday. We didn't know we'd play today. You guys are coming off a road trip where it's 2 weeks in a row you've got the GNAC team of the week. You guys have had some dominoes that have not stacked your way. How do you keep them focused on what they did tonight? And it was a wonderful performance.
It's a little bit of both. We have a very mature, great group of guys. So I think they're pretty mature, and so they're able to stay focused on their own, to a degree. Obviously, we're as coaches, and we just our key was the little things and just moving on from the next play, because Anchorage does a good job of taking charges. And we can have our ideas about that, but they do a good job of that. And we just got to continue to not worry about that and move on to the next play. Same with them shooting a three. We can't get consumed with one guy hitting a shot and us worried about that. And so just overall, I think it's just a combination of having a really mature group and just a disciplined program.
My last question is, what's your guys' focus heading forward? What can you take from this game? What can you learn moving forward?
Well, I think last week just kind of taught us that we have a great team, but everybody's good in our league. I mean, everybody's good in our league. So we can't take a night off mentally. We can't take a night off from diving on loose balls or playing tough defense, or, I can point at all the guys on our team tonight. Isaac Morrill did a great job of blocking out. I can't see what his rebound stats. He ended up with 3, but he really was sealing and blocking out most of the time. And so for us to get the next game, and they're going to be tough and they're going to be good, we've got to do the little things. We've got to be mentally focused. We can't be satisfied. This is one game. Last week gave us no room for error, so we need to, continue with that trend.
Guys, thanks for joining us in the interview room. Again, Western Washington 92, Alaska Anchorage 83. Great GNAC victory. Back here Saturday night against Alaska Fairbanks. Thanks, and go Vikes.
All right, go Vikes.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, great job.